The political landscape in the UK today is in chaos. It's a mess of power struggles, misguided policies, and an electorate deeply frustrated with its leadership. The truth is undeniable. The political system is failing the people it's meant to serve, and no one embodies this failure more than the current government. From weak foreign policies to crumbling domestic infrastructure, the government's inability to tackle Britain's most pressing issues has left the country vulnerable, disillusioned, and directionless. Yet, the real question is, will the new, emerging political forces like Reform UK and its leader, Nigel Farage, offer a real alternative, or are we simply witnessing a reshuffling of the same tired political faces and rhetoric? Farage's vision for Britain, though controversial, comes from a deep-seated frustration with the establishment's complacency. For too long, traditional political parties have failed to deliver on the promises that they make at election time. They talk about change, but rarely ever deliver it. We need a complete break from this cycle of incompetence. Reform UK, under Farage's leadership, positions itself as the antithesis of the old guard. It claims to represent the very people that have been ignored by both major political parties in this country. But the real challenge for Farage and his party is not just shaking things up, it's proving that they can be a true force for change. And, based on his recent remarks, it's clear that Farage sees himself as a man capable of turning the ship around. There's no subtlety in his words. He wants to be Prime Minister, and he believes he is the best person for the job. This is not a time for half-hearted attempts at governance. The country needs someone who understands the stakes and is willing to act boldly, not cautiously, when it comes to national leadership. There is no denying that the current government's handling of Brexit has been a disaster. Despite the promises of taking back control, the country has seen tariffs, bureaucratic red tape, and a stagnating economy. If Brexit was meant to deliver an economic boom, it has largely failed to do so. Nigel Farage, however, has made it clear that he does not accept this defeatist attitude. His argument is straightforward. Brexit was never meant to be a gentle, incremental shift. It was meant to be a clean break from a broken system. Farage believes that the tariffs and trade problems currently plaguing the country could have been avoided, and that the failure to secure an effective trade deal with the United States is a result of government incompetence. For him, the solution lies in rebuilding Britain's economic relationship from the ground up, using the power of Brexit to unlock new opportunities, not to be shackled by it. But Farage's argument isn't just about economics. It's about the very future of the nation. The country is in a downward spiral, he argues, both economically and culturally. Britain's education system is broken, its welfare state is unsustainable, and its national security is under threat. Politicians in power have failed to address these core issues, preferring instead to dabble in petty squabbles while the country sinks deeper into crisis. Farage's call for a new political revolution resonates because it speaks to the fears of ordinary people who see their country drifting further away from the principles of prosperity, security, and freedom. But talk is cheap. The real test is whether Farage and Reform UK can translate this frustration into a coherent, workable policy agenda. They must demonstrate that they are not merely opposing the status quo for the sake of opposition, but offering tangible solutions that will result in genuine, long-term improvements. Critics of Farage will point to his controversial stances on issues like immigration, national security, and foreign policy. They will label him as a divisive figure who thrives on controversy and polarization. But the truth is, the issues that Farage champions are deeply connected to the concerns of ordinary people. Immigration, for instance, is not just an abstract political issue. It's a real, tangible challenge for communities up and down the country. The strain on public services, the pressure on housing, the impact on local jobs, these are concerns that affect people's lives every single day. Farage's proposals to tighten immigration controls and bring the issue to the forefront of the national conversation might be uncomfortable for some, but they tap into a very real sense of unease and uncertainty that has been ignored for far too long by the establishment. When it comes to foreign policy, Farage is equally unapologetic. He has expressed caution about sending British troops to Ukraine, warning that the country must not become embroiled in endless foreign conflicts without a clear strategic objective. His stance is pragmatic, rooted in a sense of national interest rather than blind loyalty to NATO or any other international alliance. It's a stance that many in Britain will find refreshing, especially as the government's foreign policy has often appeared to be reactive rather than proactive. Farage's ultimate ambition is clear. He wants to lead a political revolution that will shake the very foundations of British politics. His critics will continue to argue that he is too divisive, too extreme, or too out of touch. But the real question is whether his vision for Britain, one that is focused on national sovereignty, economic rejuvenation, and cultural renewal, has the power to inspire a nation desperate for change. If Farage can deliver on the promises he has made, then he might just be the leader this country needs to reclaim its future. If not, he will be remembered as yet another failed political experiment in a long history of such attempts. The ball is now in his court. The question is, will he rise to the occasion? Or will he fall into the same trap of complacency that has consumed the rest of the political class?